This is just a quick demo of one of the courses I worked with our subject matter experts on surface water treatment. It's an online course and it uses a mastery learning approach because all the material is broken up into multiple modules. The student reviews both videos and animations and as well as reads material and then takes short quizzes within each module before the rest of the material will appear. If they don't pass the quiz, they keep reading the material and going back and taking the test. We are going to enhance the course, I think, by adding extra material for those who didn't pass the quiz and creating a second set of questions to pull from if they don't pass the first test. Right now they just get the same questions again. So I'll demonstrate. So if I look at Module 1, there's an introduction, and I describe the objectives, and then we have an introductory version of a PowerPoint, which includes lecture and notes. Then we have a website that we send them to look at, and we tell them the kinds of things we want them to get from that website so they understand there are things they're going to need for their quiz. So I tell them to read through that water cycle, understand it, and understand these couple of diagrams. So they're going to be looking at the distribution of Earth's water and the estimate of how much global fresh water there is and where it's found. And then finally, we ask them to take an introductory quiz. And when they take the quiz, they'll get some feedback, so they'll know how they're doing. And question 1, there's really only 3 questions to this. So we want to know early on whether they understand and whether they're reading properly. It gives them feedback. And then the third question. And I want to show you what happens when they don't get all 3 questions correct. So they got question 1 incorrect. So that's the one they need to go back and read about. As you can see, they have no more modules that they can read. They really can't go anywhere except to go back and try to remember where was that information. That was probably in the introduction, and I'm going to have to try to find that introduction and say, oh yeah, here it is. That's where the material was. And the answer is that the answer is the lungs. And I go back and take the quiz again. And once I take the quiz and get all the answers correct, as it's saying, the lungs in the human body is 90% water. And we got the other questions correct, so hopefully we still remember them. And then lastly, we answer the third question. And save and submit. And we got it all correct, magically. And as you can see, the next set of material appears with a second quiz. And all the rest of the modules, there are 4 modules or 5 modules, they all have little quizzes within each module. And they will not get their certificate until they've completed all of the mini quizzes within it. we're hoping to add a little bit more interactivity into some of these quizzes, and that's what I'm hoping to learn. So that is my description of how we implement